And now it's my turn. So let's see, where did we leave off? Ah, yes, Luz had just arrived at the city of Candylot. And it's here that well, I won't spoil it.
The road's closed.
Oh, what a shame. They won't let us through. Well, looks like we'll just have to turn back. Oh, bummer. Oh well, I'll get over it somehow. Let's go, Luz.
Wait, let's ask someone first before we give up.
No, let's not do that. There might be a reasonable explanation that means we won't have to give up and turn back.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Ah.
Excuse me, sir. Could you tell me why the gate is closed? Oh, that would be by order of the mayor. He's decreed that no one is to leave the city until the candy factory reopens. Well, why is the candy factory closed? I don't know. You would have to ask Hippo, the owner.
I can't open the candy factory because I haven't had my hot cocoa. Someone has stolen my hot cocoa machine, and no one's leaving here until I find out who took it.
Well, there you have it. That sounds like a well-reasoned and purely logical reason to me. Nothing more we could do then. Well, at least there's always home to return to.
But how will closing the road help you find out who took it?
No, don't ask questions.
I need the road closed so the thief doesn't skip town.
Impeccable logic. I'm sure that strategy will pay off in no time. All right, Luz, let's go.
You two can't leave.
Say what?
Nobody leaves.
But that doesn't make any...
Nobody leaves.
What if we find out who took it? After all, we're outsiders, so we can look at the matter objectively.
No, that's a silly idea. But hold on a second. If someone found my machine, there'd be no reason for the roads to be closed. I just had a brilliant idea. You two should find out who took it.
Go back to that silly idea thing. I like that better.
Sure, we could do that. So, when did the machine go missing?
Yesterday, I left to go to the bathroom, and when I shut the door, it was there. But when I came back, it was gone!
And who could have taken it?
Well, the factory was closed, and no one but me was supposed to be here, so the list of suspects is thin. There are only two other people who have the key to my office, Mike the foreman and Cynthia the secretary.
Then just throw them both in jail. What? You know it has to be one of them, right?
Where are they? I'll see if I can ask them a few questions.
Let's get this over with.
Come on, Squawk. This is exciting. We get a chance to solve a real, actual mystery. We'll start with Cynthia, the secretary. Hello, Cynthia. I was hoping to talk to you about...
If you wish to speak to Miss Cynthia, you'll have to make an appointment.
But they told me you were Cynthia.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so...
If you wish to speak to Miss Cynthia, you'll have to make an appointment.
Why? It's not like you're busy.
Squawk? Okay, I'll make an appointment. Would you happen to be free in, say, 5 seconds?
If you wish to... Oh, as it so happens, yes. Let me just pencil you in. Miss Cynthia will see you now.
Why do we need an appointment to talk to you? I thought you talked to secretaries to make appointments.
Well, there's just no telling how long the factory will be closed, and I want to stay in practice so I don't get rusty. Mr. Hippo pays me to be the best secretary he could ever hire, and that's what he's going to get.
I like your work ethic.
Thank you.
Oh, jeez, there are two of them.
So, can you tell me where you were last night?
Oh, that's easy. I was at Pole's party.
What was the party for?
Pole just said that we'd been working so hard and that we all needed a break. We all partied all night. Well, except for Mike. He told us he had to leave early.
Do you know why?
He didn't tell anyone, but I did find out that he put in an order last night.
And what did he order?
Looks like the order was for something called a lost stamp.
What's that?
I'm not sure, actually. I'm still pretty new, you see. Mike would know better. Oh, but please be nice to him. Mike is a great foreman. All the other workers just adore him.
Excuse me, are you Mike?
Well, that's me.
Do you have time to answer some questions?
You're the guy who Hippo asked trying to solve the case. Well, normally the answer would be no, but seeing as we're shut down, what can I do to help?
We know it was you. Confess!
What?
He's kidding. Like I said, we just need to ask you some questions.
Hey, Luz, look, there's something in the water.
Squawk!
It's okay, I've got him.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not okay. I could have drowned.
You would have been fine. People fall in all the time. That's why we have this stick.
Maybe try some guardrails?
Why would we need that?
So people don't fall in.
Yes, but if they do, we have this stick. So we're all good.
Why is this river even here?
It's how we deliver things to people around the city. When people want to send something to their friends or family, they just drop it off at one of the checkpoints and the river brings it to them. So many people want our candy, so we're always sending packages. That's why they built one of the checkpoints right here at the factory.
And what happens if a package gets lost?
Well, we mark it with a message which says lost, and it gets sent back to whichever location it was sent from.
With, say, a stamp?
Yeah, how did you have any other questions?
Yes. So you were at Paul's party, right?
Of course.
And Cynthia told us you left the party early?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, that personal errand. Can't tell you why.
But Cynthia said you ordered.
She's wrong. I didn't order anything. You know, come to think of it, I did have some work to do, so I'll see you later. Bye.
Very suspicious behavior right there. I say we just book them right off and be on our way.
Not yet. I think there's one more person we need to question.
But those were our only two suspects.
Yes, but there was one more person the two of them mentioned. Let's go talk to Paul. Are you Paul?
No, sorry, I was just resting my eyes at... Oh, it's you, the detective. They told us you'd be asking questions. Sorry, I get sleepy sometimes at work.
We know you did it. Confess.
Squawk!
Fine, I'll just go to sleep. Ask your questions.
Oh, you want answers? All right, I'll answer any questions you have. Always wanted to be part of a mystery.
Cynthia and Mike told me you had a party last night.
Yes, I did. Everyone was there, except Mr. Hippo. He wanted to stay in the factory and keep working. It was awesome, though. Although, Mike did go back to the factory.
So I've heard. Do you know why?
No idea. Maybe to do some foreman stuff? Mike's a hard worker, he is. Though I guess you have to be when you're a foreman like him and not just a worker like me. I tried to get the job myself, actually, but they said Mike was more qualified.
I see. Well, I think that's all. I think I might know who it is, but I can't figure out how it was done or where the machine is.
Then just pick someone and let's keep moving.
I can't do that, Squawk. People are counting on me. It's so nice here. You can even see Saturn from here.
What's a Saturn?
Saturn is a planet. It has a huge ring around it made of ice and rock.
A ring? What are you talking about? Planets can't have rings. They're just big dumb rocks floating in space.
Well, here, let me show you. So, you see, here's the planet, and then surrounding it, going all the way around, is,
Luz? Luz? You're right. I think you just short-circuited or something.
I think I just figured out how to solve the case.
Ow.
As Luz had said, he had just figured out how the thief had been able to pull off his or her.
Oh, come off it, Ringo. They all know that it wasn't Cynthia.
Haley, when did you get back?
I zipped off for the boring investigation part. Let's just skip to when they nab him. That's my favorite part.
Haley, please.
Thank you, Luna. As I was saying, Luz now just had to present his findings.
What are we all doing here?
Shh! I think the detective figured it all out.
I found your machine, Mr. Hippo.
My hot cocoa machine! Oh! So, who took it?
That's what you're all here for. I figured out who did it.
All of you did it! You were all in on it!
That's what you think?
Yes!
No.
Oh, I fell asleep while you were figuring it out then. I'll just be in your backpack.
No, not all of you, but it was definitely one of you, and I figured out that it was Paul.
What? This is outrageous. How did I do it then? I was a little busy throwing my party.
Exactly. And that's why you threw it, so you'd have an alibi when the theft took place. You invited everyone, which means you could easily sneak out and no one would know. But I figured out how you were able to commit the theft and get away with it.
This ought to be good.
Quit yapping! This'll be over faster!
Thank you, Squawk. So what I realized that this city has a ring around it, just like Saturn, which lets you send packages so quickly, and so I realized that the thief must have done the obvious and put it in a crate and sent the package to himself.
Nice try, but even if he sent the hot cocoa machine down the river, it would have been stopped at one of the checkpoints and inspected.
Exactly. And that's the part that didn't make sense to me. Anyone who worked here would know that. But if it gets marked as lost...
It comes back to where it was sent. Here.
Well, that just proves I couldn't have done it. I don't even have a lost stamper. Tell him, Mike.
But you were the only one who I told it was missing. You told me you knew where it was, but then at the party, you told me it wasn't there. That's when...
Exactly. He knew you'd want to get a new one. So you'd run out to secretly order another one because you didn't want it to slow down production.
Ah, that makes sense. Mike is a great foreman, and he can't stand making mistakes. Always has to fix them before Mr. Hippo gets wind of them.
This still doesn't make sense. Even if it got sent back here, it would be inspected once it got here. There's no way the thief could have expected to get away with it.
Exactly. That's because the thief wasn't trying to get away with it. The point was always to get caught. Paul knew once he'd put it in the river, all he'd have to do was wait for the crate to make it back here, and it would be opened, and then it would seem to everyone that it was Mike, especially once you found this.
That's my stamper! But why?
Paul told me he tried to get the foreman job, but Mr. Hippo gave it to Mike. He knew that if you thought Mike had stolen it from him, he'd be next in line for the job.
I don't understand, Paul. I pay you well and I give you all the days off that you want. How could you do this to me?
Because you made Mike foreman instead of me. And I've been working this job way longer than he has.
Mike works twice as hard as you and doesn't sleep on the job. Arrest him!
Huh? But what for?
For stealing my hot cocoa machine and trying to blame Mike for it.
Oh, right. That makes sense. You'll pay for this, Luz. Mark my words. You will pay.
Alright, fine, I'll bite. How did you figure it out, Luz?
Well, Squawk, sometimes God reveals the answer to you in the most unexpected places.
But their troubles were far from over, for it didn't take long for them to once again find themselves in a position to help those in need. But that part of the tale will have to wait until tomorrow.